Well, good afternoon, everyone. I am Andrea Legata. I'm the Vice President for Institutional Advancement here at SUNY Poly, and it is my pleasure to serve as the MC for today's exciting announcement. On behalf of SUNY Poly, I want to extend a warm welcome to our students, our faculty, staff, alumni, and members of the Julia O. Memorial Education Foundation, community partners, elected officials, and members of the media. We are grateful you are here today to celebrate this meaningful moment in the life of our university. At SUNY Poly, we are fortunate to have supporters who believe deeply in the power of higher education to change lives. Today's announcement is a wonderful example of what is possible when generous partners invest in our students, our campus, and our entire region. It is my pleasure to announce that the Julia O. Wells Memorial Education Foundation has established a $750,000 permanently endowed scholarship. This scholarship will support nursing students here at SUNY Poly. This remarkable investment will provide scholarship support for generations of future Wildcats pursuing careers in nursing, helping reduce financial barriers while preparing the healthcare professionals our communities need. What makes today's announcement especially meaningful is that it builds on a relationship that has stood the test of time. For nearly 4 decades, for the Julia O. Wells Memorial Education Foundation has been one of SUNY Poly's most dedicated philanthropic partners. For over 38 years consecutively, they have contributed nearly $850,000 to the SUNY Poly Foundation, helping nearly 600 nursing students and alum, some of which are here today, achieve their educational goals. That would not have been possible without their support. That kind of sustained commitment is extraordinary. It reflects not only generosity, but confidence in our students, confidence in our faculty, and confidence in SUNY Poly's ability to prepare graduates who make a difference. As someone who has the privilege of working with alumni and donors and friends of the university on a daily basis, I can tell you that endowed scholarships are amongst the most meaningful gifts that someone can make. They don't simply help one student. They create opportunities to continue year after year, generation after generation, ensuring the future students can pursue their dreams because someone believed in them. To our friends from the Julia O. Wells Memorial Education Foundation, thank you for your partnership, your vision, and for your unwavering belief in the importance of nursing education and student success. Your generosity will have an impact that extends far beyond this campus. It is now my pleasure to introduce a leader whose passion for student success, research excellence, and community education continues to move SUNY Poly forward each and every day. Please join me in welcoming the president of SUNY Polytechnic Institute, Dr. Winston Sobiejo.
Thank you, Andrea, and good afternoon, everyone. So it's wonderful to see so many friends, partners, faculty, students, alumni, and members of our community gathered here today. I also want to express my deepest gratitude to the Julia O. Wells Memorial Education Foundation for this incredible gift, investment in our students and the future of healthcare. A $750,000 endowed scholarship is truly incredible. It's what makes our environment here truly special. And it's not just a number. It's an investment, and the investment that it represents is an investment that represents opportunity, hope. It also represents a belief that education changes lives. So one of the greatest privileges of serving as president of SUNY Poly is meeting alumni and members of our community throughout the Mohawk Valley and beyond. Those conversations often have something in common. Time and time again, someone will tell me, one of your nursing graduates took care of me. Or a SUNY Poly nurse cared for my mother. Or my family was comforted by one of your alumni during a difficult time. Those stories in many ways remind us about the impact of higher education, and it cannot always be measured in statistics. It can be measured in compassionate care. It can be measured in moments of comfort. It can be measured in the lives improved and the lives saved. So behind each and every one of these stories is a SUNY Poly graduate whose education prepared them not only with clinical knowledge, but with empathy, with professionalism, and a commitment to serving others. So today's scholarship helps to ensure that many more students will have that opportunity to become those nurses. Healthcare workforce shortages remain, of course, one of the greatest challenges facing communities across New York State and across our nation. And in many ways, meeting those challenges requires strong educational institutions with dedicated faculty, supportive and clinical partners, and generous philanthropic organizations willing to invest in the future of healthcare professionals. At SUNY Poly, we're truly proud to play that role. Our students, in many ways, receive a very rigorous education, and I look at all the faculty and I know you're tough. Right? And that rigorous education is also combined with hands-on learning and real-world clinical experiences that prepare our nurses to enter the workforce, ready to work and make an impact on day one. So last year, our nursing program celebrated 50 years, which is truly amazing. Marking half a century of educating highly skilled nurses who have gone on to serve in hospitals, clinics, long-term care facilities, schools, and communities throughout our region and beyond. So that legacy continues because of the outstanding leadership and exceptional educators. And I want to really appreciate all our nursing faculty. I also want to recognize Dr. Mark Kittleson, the Dean of the College of Health Sciences, for his leadership and vision. And I want to thank all that have really worked so hard over many, many years to build what is truly an outstanding nursing enterprise. Those that have dedicated their lives in many ways have enabled our nurses to have not just the expertise they need, but the mentorship that they need in ways that have enabled our students to excel in one of society's most important professions. So every day, our staff and faculty inspire future nurses to pursue excellence whilst never losing sight of the compassion that defines exceptional patient care. And I must thank, I call her my partner in crime, Andrea Legada, Vice President for Advancement. And I can tell you, Andrea really cultivates relationships with people who end up believing in what we do. And I know how much she's invested in the relationship with the Julia Wells Foundation, and I know what has happened behind the scenes to make today possible. So Andrea, thank you for your tireless efforts and the way you strengthen relationships that enable transformational moments like this to occur. And finally, to the Julia O. Wells Memorial Education Foundation, thank you. Thank you for believing in our students, and thank you for believing in SUNY Poly. So, in many ways, your partnership has already touched hundreds of lives over the past 38 years. I know that some of our faculty were recipients of your scholarship, right? And this is, if I may, can I ask those that have received the scholarship that are here to please stand? Thank you. So I hope you can see that with this endowed scholarship, your generosity will continue to create opportunities for generations of students who will in turn care for generations of patients. That is extraordinary legacy. So thank you all for being here, and thank you all for celebrating this exceptional milestone with us.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Julia O. Wells Memorial Education Foundation Board Member Bonnie Murphy-Basic and President Kathleen Santarcangelo.
Thank you, everyone, for inviting us here today on this special occasion. I am Bonnie Basic. I am a graduate of Albany Memorial Hospital School of Nursing and SUNY Poly Tech Institute. I am also a member on the board of directors, and there are also two more on the board of directors that are alumni of Albany Memorial Hospital School of Nursing and SUNY Poly Tech Institute. Carol Rosny and Cheryl Fitzpatrick, if you could please stand. One other of our board members, Amy Schaefer, is also in the same Memorial graduate and SUNY Poly Tech, but unfortunately she was not able to join us today. Julia O. Wells was a 1918 graduate of Albany Memorial Hospital School of Nursing. In 1988, the Julia O. Wells Memorial Education Foundation was formed as a separate entity from the Alumni Association. The mission of the foundation was created for the purpose of advancing the vital profession of nursing through support of academic education. I'm happy to report we have given just shy of $5 million to support nursing education in keeping with the spirit and intent of Julia. In keeping with that spirit and intent of Julia, we are bestowing the endowment to SUNY Poly Tech Institute in her honor. Thank you to SUNY Poly Tech Institute for helping us to grow nurses. Kathleen Santarcangelo, I should be able to say that one easily. And I usually can. The president of the Julia O. Wells Memorial Education Foundation would like to say a few words.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Kathleen here, Kathleen Bagley Santarcangelo. You know, this is such a deeply meaningful moment, not just for you guys, but for us. You know, we have shepherded this. We have taken Julia O. Wells, and we have helped educate nurses, and we believe it with every bite of our day, of all the time. bittersweet moment to have to come to the decision where it's time to dissolve it. And then what do we do? How do we move that forward? And we have been fortunate enough to be able to endow a few scholarships that is going to keep the Julia O. Wells legacy living. And we are so, so grateful to be able to be sharing this journey with you now, to keep this going in perpetuity, to continue growing nurses. That has been our motto forever, as Bonnie has said, but it's that basic. You know, we need nurses. Nurses are the backbone of our healthcare system. Nurses are going to be there when you're born and when you're dying and everywhere in between. Not to be dramatic, but it's just true. And so to be able to gently take what we have grown, and yes, but we've grown it, and now we're going to just gently hand it to you and say we trust you, and we know you're going to continue to grow it and educate and grow nurses. And so we thank you. Thanks for being our partner.
Thank you so much, Kathleen and Bonnie, and the Julia Wells board members who are here with us today. It is now my pleasure to introduce SUNY Poly's Chair of Graduate Nursing, Assistant Professor Lynn Longton.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. At SUNY Poly, our nursing program is driven by a commitment of healing, community, and excellence. Nursing is where caring meets science. However, the path to a nursing degree demands immense dedication, often compounded by significant financial burdens. I am honored to be here today on behalf of the Dean of the College of Health Sciences, the faculty, and the students in the School of Nursing at SUNY Poly. We extend our deepest gratitude to the Julia O. Wells Memorial Educational Foundation for their extraordinary gift of $750,000 dedicated to nursing scholarships. This monumental contribution is a profound investment in the future of healthcare. For many of our students, these scholarships represent more than financial relief. They offer peace of mind that's needed to focus entirely on the rigorous training and for their academic excellence. By easing the burden of tuition and textbooks, the Julia O. Wells Foundation is directly empowering a diverse new generation of compassionate, highly skilled nurses to enter the workforce without overwhelming debt. The impact of this generosity will ripple far beyond our campus, as others have said. Every student supported by this gift will go on to comfort patients, save lives, and contribute and strengthen our healthcare system across our communities. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and most importantly, the future nurses of SUNY Poly, we thank the Julia O. Wells Memorial Educational Foundation. Your visionary support inspires us to learn, care, and serve with greater dedication. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lynn. It's now my honor to welcome Francia Reed to share a few words. Francia is a SUNY Poly alum and past recipient of the Julia Wells Foundation Scholarship. Recently retired from SUNY Poly as the clinical professor and chair of our undergraduate nursing programs. Francia?
Thank you, and good afternoon. This is wonderful news that the Julia O. Wells Memorial Education Foundation is establishing this endowed nursing scholarship here at SUNY Poly. I am honored to be listed among the previous recipients of this scholarship. It was nearly 40 years ago I know, that I began the pursuit of my Bachelor of Science degree with a major in nursing on this campus. I had to say it right, Louise. At that time, as a new nurse and a newlywed, I continued to work as I returned to school, wondering, all along if we could actually afford, to do this. Receiving the scholarship helped to ease both financial and mental stressors at that time. When you receive financial support, it eliminates the need to work overtime or perhaps get a second job to help pay for those financial obligations that are incurred with going back to college. So working less allows a learner the opportunity to invest more time and energy into their studies, which is where it should be, in both their classroom and their clinical experiences. And now fast forward nearly 40 years, and the need to work while attending college is still a reality for a lot of our nursing students. And I believe that this generosity, made possible by people like Julia O. Wells, whose legacy stands as a tribute to her devotion to the nursing profession, will help ease the burden of future students. So on behalf of past and future recipients, I say thank you to the foundation. It is truly a significant investment in nurses as they pursue their education. Thank you.
Thank you, Francia. Now I'd like to ask Wally and Kathleen to come up to the front table here to sign this historic gift agreement.
We'll make it official. It's your turn.
Very nice.
Thank you all for joining us to celebrate this extraordinary milestone for SUNY Poly, our students, and our future healthcare workers within our region. To the Julia O. Wells Memorial Education Foundation, thank you once again for your remarkable generosity and your enduring belief in the power of nursing education. Your legacy will live on through the countless students whose lives, whose future patients' lives will be changed because of your gift. We also thank the faculty, staff, students, alumni, community partners, and everyone who joined us here today for this special occasion. Members of the media, President Sobieso, Kathleen Santarcangelo, and I will be available for interviews at the front of the room following this announcement. Thank you all for being here, and have a wonderful afternoon.